I am here with my friend Paris Goebel, phenom, iconic choreographer, killing it on all levels. I'm super, super inspired by you. Not only who she is and what she's been able to achieve, but also you as a person. Every time I reach out, every time we talk, every time we meet up, it's always a very authentic and genuine conversation. I learn a lot. So yeah, I'm very excited and privileged to have you here. So
Thank you for having me. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to my house.
Yes, I love this. This is a vibe right here.
Yeah.
This is lovely. I feel like I'm living in luxury right now.
Stop.
So let's go ahead and get into it. Especially like 2020 has been a major year for you. You've done some amazing things, and I'm sure a lot of people will be excited about the Savage Fenty show and your line and everything like that. I really, really love, well, I love the line. The line is dope. But I really love Masterclass because I actually have subscribed to Masterclass and I've taken classes on there. And that's just like, I feel like the epitome of education or digital education. So that's really cool as well. First, I want to just start with like, how do you feel? How do you feel right now with all this?
How do I feel? Wow. Honestly, I feel like I'm just trying to like reflect on the year and just take in the good, the bad, the blessings,
Right.
what I've learned. But I honestly feel like I probably feel really similar to a lot of the world. Like this year has been really challenging, and even though I've been so blessed to still be able to work through the year,
Yeah.
just me is like I'm a creative, I'm a free spirit.
Right.
So to not be able to do everything that I know I'm capable of
Right.
is a really it's like a suffocating feeling for me.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I know a lot of people feel that way as well. So I think I'm feeling all those things that everyone else is feeling, other creatives are feeling.
Yes.
So it's definitely been challenging. Yeah.
But family's good. Everybody back
Yeah,
home
my
is
family's
all right.
good. Like I'm healthy, my family's healthy. So
Good.
like so many things to be grateful for.
Yeah. Do you feel like this is your biggest year? Do you feel like this is your biggest year yet?
I don't know why I feel like it's my worst year yet.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that sounds so dramatic, but again, like I'm so hard on myself, and if I like every day I need to be doing something, getting closer to something, achieving something in small ways for me.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there was so many days that went by this year that I could have done more, and obviously due to COVID, it was just so
Really?
restricting. So for me, when I look at my year as a whole, I'm just like I could have done more, I could have done better. So. Yeah, that's
What?
how I feel. I'm just keeping it 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I'm like super, super hard on myself as well. So so I can resonate. And it's interesting to hear you say that because it just looks like, I mean, I'm sure for other people who have been witnessing all of it, it just looks like fun. It just looks like a bunch of fun.
Instagram is a lie though, guys. Don't forget that.
Tell them.
Instagram is a lie.
It doesn't tell the full story.
No.
It's just the highlights.
It's just the highlights.
It's just
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. What do you think has been, I guess, like, what's been hard about it for you? I mean, there's a million things that have been really challenging this year. But what do you think? Maybe, I guess when you say you could have done more, what is that more for you?
You know what? I mean, what's interesting is in the industry that we're in, you kind of are just like, you never know what's next. And that's what I love the most about this lifestyle is like you could get a phone call and then fly to the other side of the world and work for like someone you've dreamed of for years. And I love that momentum, and I almost thrive off that. Like I don't plan too much because I kind of keep my schedule open so I can like just be spontaneous with my career.
Right.
And I love that. I that's what excites me the most is just things just happening and getting phone calls. And so I think it's the switch of the lifestyle for me this year to be in, like, you know, we travel, we go from country to country. Oh my God,
I miss traveling.
Yeah, I miss all that, and I actually love all that. I love the chaos, and I'm a workaholic. So if I'm not doing, like, I can't have a day off. If I have a day off, it's like my mind's still going, and I struggle to just switch off. So
what is your driving force? What's making you go so hard?
Honestly, I just want to leave a legacy. I want to be remembered, and I want to leave my soul on this earth so that when I'm not here anymore, people remember my art and how I made them feel and my messages and my voice. And this is so deep, but I could die tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
You know, so
literally, yep.
I have to make sure I give it my all every day.
Yeah. What's interesting, I haven't told you this, but you talk about legacy. And when I first moved here to LA, when I started thinking about, okay, what's the direction I want to go with my career here? What do I want to do? I really thought about you, and I thought about your impact on dance, and that you have given, you've added to dance. Do you get what I'm saying? You didn't just have a career where it's just take, I'm just getting a job. No, you've created moments, you know, you've created style, you've influenced, like when they say influencer, like you've influenced a lot of people, and really you've definitely begin to leave a legacy, right? So that's what I wanted to, the approach I wanted to have. I was thinking like, I want to have a legacy, and I want to give to dance as Paris has done. So
exactly
thank you for that.
Thank you.
And that really like fired me up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, seriously. And I truly mean that. So, and I'm sure there's many people around the globe that feel the same way, you know. You've had a massive impact, so you should be super proud of yourself, really.
Thanks, A.
Yeah. So tell me about Savage Fenty and that whole show. Just tell me how that feels, at least like how the world has received it.
Yeah. Man, that was a huge show. Like the biggest that we've done so far. It was amazing, but definitely probably the most challenging job I've done so far in my career, just with all the COVID restrictions and having like 50 dancers dance with a mask on,
right?
Not being able to see their performance, not knowing how far they're pushing themselves. Like that for me was a huge barrier. Like,
so you kind of like are just guessing how it's gonna look.
I'm guessing how it looks until the day before the shoot or day of the shoot, maybe.
Sheesh.
So that was a huge challenge, but you know, it was interesting because I was home in New Zealand and we were on lockdown. I as soon as COVID kind of like surged, I was out. I was like, I'm out. I'm going back home. So I went back home. Maybe March, and I was in New Zealand for the whole of lockdown, and that's also what was kind of challenging, is kind of being home was great, but like I'm not used to being home for that long, and being in like New Zealand's energy is very chill. Like I'm like I need to be going, like what's next, like you know. So I was like, whoa, I can't be chill for this long. So it just kind of happened at the perfect timing. Like Ree's team reached out, okay, we're gonna do Savage again, we're gonna make it happen. I was like, this is not gonna happen, because this is kind of when COVID was like nothing was like happening, shoots were happening. So we were kind of one of the first productions to figure out how to do it with the restrictions.
Got it.
So I was like, I don't even know if this is gonna happen, but no, it was happening. So we kind of, I feel like we were only on calls for like a month. It was really crazy. With the creative was put together super quick.
On Zoom calls. I hate Zoom.
Yeah. I mean, I love Zoom now because I'm like, we can make it happen.
Right.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And then basically I spent like 2 weeks in New Zealand, workshopping everything. But again, because everything was so last minute, it's like just the process was really challenging. Putting together things when the music's not even confirmed, the creative's not confirmed. I'm just like I'm doing what I think is dope and what I think Ree will like, but like everything's still in the air.
Right.
So it was just a big guessing game. But I think me and Ree are just like so in tune that I just kind of do what I feel like she'll like, and you like 9 times out of 10 it's like boom, love it. She loves it. So
how do you think you kind of create that kind of relationship with an artist to where you are at that, or was it just naturally?
I just think it's a synergy. I think it's just like in life with people, you either you click or you don't. It's just it's a synergy, it's chemistry, it's you just find that in people that you meet. And it's the same with artists. Like, you know, sometimes you just you don't get like you're not on the same page as with an artist that you're working with, and it's like you can try to understand, but if there's not that synergy, it's hard to bring their vision to life. But with Rhea, I just feel like she's my sis. Like we can just chill, and I think when you can be like that with someone and be comfortable around someone, it's a lot easier to have fun when you're working with each other. It's not like you don't feel I don't feel pressure with her.
That's
you know,
great.
I can just be myself.
That's great. That's great. And how do you keep a level head with all the other moving parts that are going on? Because I don't think a lot of people realize you don't just come in and throw some steps at people and then like.
I
there's
mean,
so much more
this
to it.
like you can even watch like the workshop scene, which is the last scene, and look at every part of the set.
It's a lot
It's
going on.
like I literally have to choreograph every single person, every model, and dissect, like look at the big picture, dissect, okay, take what are the people on the conveyor belt doing, what are the people on the stairs doing, like every moving part. And it's literally like a puzzle in my head. So I think and that's just one scene, like I had to do that for every single scene. So I think, you know, for people to watch it as a whole and just love it is really cool, because I know what it takes to just get every little moving part to make sense together and work together. Make sure it's not too much. Okay, when they're doing like, especially for that scene, like I would just do my like most advanced version on everyone and then step back and realize it's just too much. Okay, you guys need to hold for before
Right,
it counts.
absolutely.
You need to pose before it counts, because this is just the kind of logistics of it all.
Absolutely.
The process. People have no clue what it takes to digest that and to like process it. You got to watch it overnight. You got to be like, okay, this is too much. Okay, this needs to be more interesting.
Yeah.
And then of course the shots change everything.
Right.
So you got to change things.
You got the camera, you got the props, you got...
Once the shot is different, then it's like, oh, damn, okay, everyone needs to look this way now. Yeah, so it's so intricate, but that's what I love. I just love that. I love the intricacies of choreography and dance and being able to obsess over details.
Yeah.
That's when I feel like I'm alive. So, but challenging.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
really hard.
Do you feel like you creating so much of your own work was able to assist you in those kinds of spaces? Do you know what I mean?
You mean like just choreographing it from such a young age?
Sorry, I mean as far as like the piece, like what you've posted online, like the videos you've done, stuff like that, like your own work just for you. Do you think that prepared you?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's what's kind of made me who I am, was just doing it myself at such a young age. And I feel like I encourage anyone and everyone to just do that, because I think people wait for like to be good at something to do it themselves. But you have to try. It's all about trial and error. And like, I mean, I honestly didn't even know that it was called choreographing until I was older. Like, you know, I was already making up my own steps. Like, you just gotta go for it. You gotta do. You don't have to put titles on anything. Like, I didn't know I was directing until I made a music video and I was like, oh wait, I can direct. But I was directing since I was like 17, you know.
Right.
So I think just I mean, again, being in New Zealand and just kind of not having the resources just put me in a position just be like, okay, how can I make this work? How can I do this? I don't know anyone that can direct. I don't know anyone that can edit music. So I just got to figure it out.
You just had to get creative.
Yeah. And that's what has prepared me for all these massive jobs I'm on now. It's like, I didn't study this. I didn't, go to school for this. So it's like, this is all just me figuring it out by myself.
Just hungry and just going
hungry,
for it.
Boom, you just got to want it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, what would you say to those dancers that are overseas and feel like they're so far away from where everything is happening? What advice would you give to them to either get their name out there or whatever?
I just think there's no excuse anymore. I just feel like the way social media is and technology is in this day and age, it's like it's right there in the palm of your hands. Yep. Your future is right there in your phone, and how you use it can define your the opportunities that come your way and your future. Absolutely. I just think there's no excuse. I think like I wish I had it that easy when I was young. Like you literally can share something on your phone and then the opportunities can come to you overnight. It literally is that simple. Yeah. So how you express yourself, online can help you build the future that you want. I think it's that simple. Yeah. And the choices you make and how you express yourself. I think you were able to like create the vision. I keep telling people about this. Like sometimes you have to create it and then show people so they could be like, oh, I want that. Do you get what I'm saying? Instead of waiting for somebody to come to you and then be like, oh, if we work together, we could possibly do something,
you know?
Yeah, I just think it's like about just like putting yourself out there like unapologetically, and how you want the photos you take, the videos you share, how you know, freestyle in your room and just put it up. It's like all of that is a piece of your DNA and your personality, and there's no wrong in that. Like someone's going to see that and will want it. Will want to book you, will want to have you a part of their vision, you know. So it's not about conforming, it's just about authentically being yourself, sharing that with the world and not overthinking it, and just letting it happen. And I know the overthinking part is really hard, because that's also like kind of the flip side of social media. It makes you overthink everything that you share. So I think that if you can find a way to just block out the noise and just be you, and be proud of what you share and how you express yourself, know that you're dope, and know that it will come, then it's just from there on, it's all about timing. It'll happen.
I think that's the hard part, is like feeling like you're enough, you know. Like maybe I dance different.
Sorry,
no, go for it. Like maybe I dance different, or I look different, or I don't like dancing to the music that people typically dance to, or whatever, but I'm just going to embrace it and go with it. You know?
But different is it.
Absolutely. That's what
Different
we want.
Is it.
That's what we want. And I keep trying to tell dancers, like the busiest people in this game are the ones that are like the most unique, that have their own signature thing.
If you're replaceable, then you're not going to make it as far. If you're irreplaceable, it's like no one can touch you.
Absolutely.
You can't find this anywhere else in the
Boom.
world. You can't.
We could just end the podcast right there.
If you can look in the mirror and say that, you're going to be successful no matter what. It might take years. It might take, like, you might be sharing your work for years. And that was like, for me, I started making videos like 17. My first big job was 20. So for 3 years, 3 or 4 years, I was making my own videos. And it doesn't sound that long, but when you're doing that, when you're filming every day at the studio, it's a long
That's a lot.
time. It's a lot of work. And then 3 or 4 years of that, me just trying to get my work out, YouTube, and then finally book a job. Like, it might take years, but if you're on it and you're confident in your vision, it'll happen.
Was there ever a moment when you were creating in the beginning where you felt like it wouldn't happen?
No.
I
just knew it. I just knew it.
Where do you think that comes from? That knowing.
I just think you have a feeling that your destiny is your destiny, and this is what I'm born to do. It's like when you feel that calling, it's you just know.
I feel that.
know. And I think, I think everyone has a calling, and you have to just know it and feel it and trust it, and just no matter what anyone else says, when you feel that, like I have butterflies just thinking about that.
No, I feel it too.
Because it doesn't
totally
matter what anyone else says or who doesn't believe in you, who does, it's just a feeling. So I just knew.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's beautiful. So what do you think has been the most challenging thing for you in your career? The most challenging that you've had to overcome so far? And I know there's a lot of challenges.
There's a lot of challenges. I want to say, I mean, a few things kind of pop up. A big one for me is, I don't talk about this much, but like for the first kind of literally like whole first half of my career, I felt like my dance community back home just like didn't want me to win.
Really?
Yeah, I just had this feeling like not my country, but I didn't feel like people in my backyard had my back. Like they didn't want to see me thrive. And like in New Zealand, it's called tall poppy syndrome. Like it's a thing.
You told me about this.
Yeah, we call it a thing because it's real. It's super real. It's like, okay, yeah, you can be good at it, but you got to stay humble. But it's like back home, humble means like don't share it, don't boast about it, don't tell people. Don't even know you're good.
I don't like that. I don't like this version of humble. This new version of humble.
That's what I mean. It's like, don't even know you're good. You shouldn't know you're good. Stop. You know, all of a sudden, like if you are proud of yourself and how far you've come, you come across as you've got like a big head. Like, you're cocky. So I don't know what it was. It was like, I was kind of like the first to do it, like the first to kind of make the moves that I was making. As like a Polynesian woman from New Zealand, And I don't know, it killed me that people were hating on me for doing well, weren't supporting me. Like, you're going to support everyone else, but not support me, or you're going to share this. And it did kill me. Yeah. It did kill me, because I was like, oh my gosh, like everywhere I go, I rep New Zealand. Yeah. And I'm so proud to like be where I'm from. And if you know me, it's just like, I rep NZ till I die. Right, absolutely. you know, so to go back home and just feel this bitterness about the fact that I was doing something and like doing something great, it bothered me. But that was like from like 18, I was around 18 to like 23, 24. Yeah. I was, it like
that's ate away at me.
Yeah, like I was doing it, but it just always kind of bothered me. Right. And then I just had to like flip it. It's like, do not care what anyone thinks. I'm over it. Yeah. I'm done caring about opinions, validations. And it's like, it was this huge switch of mindset for me, and it just set me free. And I just was like, then I was on fire. Then my career was like on a different level when I genuinely stopped caring about people validating me and my work and my worth. Because that whole time I cared. I can't even say like, yeah, I've just always like been me and like never cared about, like I can't say that. No. I cared what people think. I used to. Yeah. A lot of us sometimes we just say that we really actually got feelings. Our feelings is hurt. I mean, now
we just don't want nobody to know. But
now I don't care for real.
No, yeah. I was talking about back then. I used to be the same way. I don't care. I don't care. Who cares? What?
No,
we care. I
was very sensitive to that.
Yeah. How do you stop caring? And that's a big conversation, especially with social media being so popular and people constantly comparing themselves to others. How do you just turn that switch off and not care?
I think you got to choose who you care about first. So for me, I care about a handful of people's opinions.
Yes.
Great. I care. And I really, really care. I respect their opinions, respect their feedback and their advice. And then everyone outside of that little bubble, I could really care less. I'm not going to lose sleep. Yeah. I'm not going to stare at the comment. Yeah. I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
And that really unleashed you, I feel like.
I was like a bull after that. I was a savage. Yeah. Yeah, because like that just sets you free when you're just like, man, I really don't care. Like, you don't like my work, I don't care. Yeah. I like my work. I love it. I like my work, and the people I respect love my work. So I just think you gotta choose. It might literally just be your best friend and your mum.
Hey, that's it. We rocking. Let's go. Yeah.
Mom, what do you think?
Yeah.
You love it? Boom. Or it could be your dance teacher. It could be, you know, a choreographer that you really admire that you send your work to, and they're like, man, I love this. Like, you should, you know, whoever it is, you just gotta pick, and then everyone else, it doesn't matter.
Beautiful. Silence the noise. Silence everything else that's going on.
Also, it's like, if you know, I think a lot of the times we care about opinions from people that aren't doing anything. What are you doing with your life? And I care about your opinion.
Yep. There be people that be on Twitter like arguing back and forth with random people. I'm like, for what? This is probably some random 10-year-old.
Not 10. That's the devil of social media. It's crazy.
Everybody can hide behind it.
It's like big macho with the big opinions.
Yeah, it's so whack. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. I think people can take a lot from just that. It's just care less. Care about the people that really, really matter to you.
Yeah, you just got to be selective.
And that's it. Absolutely. That's beautiful. So what are you most excited about now? Like, where do you want to go? You've had so many accolades. It's like, where do you go from here?
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like I'm just getting started, and I feel like, you know, I've been stuck in this kind of choreography world for years now, and I've just been like itching to do more. Even though I have slowly been doing more, I want to fly. I really want to fly, and I just feel like I'm only getting started. Yeah. Next year I'm going to be doing my first feature film with Sony.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So you have a book out. You have an album out. Your line's out.
My clothing line's out. I didn't
Runaway Motel.
Down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also wrote my first screenplay in lockdown as well, which was cool.
So this has kind of been like a creative blessing, like in a way.
Yeah, like I would never have the time to do all that. But I definitely want to cross over into film more. Now crossing over into fashion more. I want to do everything. There's nothing I don't want to do. Anything creative. I kind of, my favorite thing is like when all the things I'm passionate about, they collide into the same space. That's my favorite thing. If I can express myself in several like outlets at the same time, that's when I really feel like I'm like in my purpose.
So 10 years from now, who is Paris Goebel?
I don't know.
You gonna have a perfume out?
I have no idea. There's no limits, you know. And I that's also the same thing, the kind of like what I was talking about before about just like keeping my, like being determined and focused on things, but keeping my life open to it so I can live spontaneously, you know, because I think in this industry, it's like, that's kind of also how you kind of avoid being disappointed, is also just like ready for what's next, and then letting those opportunities come, if that makes sense. Cause
stay
like,
ready, keep growing.
Yeah,
keep
the clothing
learning.
line, like I didn't know that was gonna happen, and it just happened perfectly when lockdown happened. Like, you know, but it was a dream of mine, but it wasn't a goal of mine for 2020. You know, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
It looked like you've been planning that for like years.
But that's what I mean. So it's like, I love that about life. Like you just never know what's gonna happen. So as long as you're ready and you kind of put out into the world what you want, but then it's like the timing of it, you can't time it. I couldn't time when like I was gonna close the deal for the film. Like I don't know when that was gonna happen, but I was shopping the idea around for years, studio to studio. So like you just go, but like you can't plan the timing of these moments. You know,
where did you get your like taste from? Because I kind of have this theory about if you really understand art, you can apply that to any form of art and do well in it.
That's a gem. That's a big gem.
And I feel like you understand art, and that's how you can do so well at so many things. Do you agree with that?
That's crazy, because I was literally having a conversation with someone about this the other day. Taste is everything.
Yes.
Is everything to me. It's and you're so right. It doesn't matter whether it's in dance, whether it's in fashion, music, painting, poetry. You
understand contrast and texture and color.
But you asked me where I got that from?
I forgot where I went with the question. Oh, I know. I was asking, do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah.
And
so it sounds like you agree.
That.
Yes.
I live by that. And that's kind of bounces off what we were talking about with the social media, is like what you express is a form of your taste. And how you see the world, that's
a gem,
right
there.
It's your perspective. It's how you see yourself, how you see the world, like colors, textures, feelings, aesthetics. That's all. When
people come across your page, they should see what kind of taste you have.
How you see the world and how you see yourself.
Oh yes.
That's something you have control over. Which is power.
That is
like,
so
to me,
true.
That I feel power, that I have control over what I share with the world, because I don't share everything. I create so much, and I don't just put it out. I'm selective, and that gives me power to know that I share what I want, and I put myself out there how I want, not how you want me to put myself out, not how the world wants me to be. I'm in control of that. So I also think there's power in that. And that's your taste. Your taste is sharing what you think is dope.
And I think that's what people subscribe to when it comes to Paris Goebel, is it's your taste. So they trust with anything that you put out, it's going to have your specific touch on it, and they know it's not going to be some bullshit, you know? So if anybody takes that away, like, just make sure everything you do, it's quality and it's to your highest level, and you actually care about what you're putting out, because then that resonates when you go into your next thing, because everyone's going to pivot. Especially in this world, this day and age, no one does just one thing forever, you know?
But I think it's the intention that's important. Because like for me, I know what I'm like OCD about, and like what I'm obsessive about, and that's what makes my taste what it is those little things,
the details.
But you might be the opposite. You might find the beauty in rawness and things being abstract, and you know, I like symmetry. I like color coordination. You know, there's things I obsess over, and that's what makes my taste what it is. But you might be the opposite, and that's your taste, and that's what makes it dope and makes it beautiful. There's no right or wrong, but you just got to know what you love and You don't even have to know why. I can't sit here and explain to you why I obsess over these things. It's just who I am. It's I was born like this.
Yeah.
It's part of my characteristics.
So your fingerprint.
Yeah, it's
like
my artistic fingerprint.
Yeah.
And you don't have to overthink it, but just know it's like, this is it. Okay, this is it. This is how I see it. This is my artistic taste. I'm going with it. And you just put it out, and then people will love it. People will hate it, but it's you.
Yeah.
And it's what makes you you.
Yes. Oh my God, so many gems. This is gonna be amazing when it comes out. So what would you say before we wrap it up, what would you say are your 3 steps that are necessary for success? What are your
Oh my gosh.
3 things? It could be a term,
Antoine,
a word.
I hate the word success though.
Okay, so
I hate that word.
fulfillment.
What
We'll say
that?
fulfillment. Would you say you're fulfilled?
No.
No?
Don't ask me that because I don't feel fulfilled.
No?
No.
I would think you were. With being able to create at the level that you're able to create, like that is the dream.
I'm grateful,
Yeah.
but I'm not fulfilled.
Okay. How about
You're like,
how about
You're like, wait,
we figure this out.
Okay.
So 3 steps to achieving at a high level.
That was good.
No, it's good. Okay.
That's not success.
Okay.
You got
Damn.
time. You can take your time. You can take your time.
Where's the bathroom?
We chilling. We chilling. We chilling.
Okay, down, left, right. Okay. I kind of to achieving at a high level.
Let's start with 1. What's the first thing that comes to
Be
mind?
the hardest worker in the room.
Boom. Agree with that fully.
Like I will be sweating more than the dancers. If I'm not sweating more than the dancers in the room when I'm in rehearsal, I'm not working hard enough.
Right. I love that. 2. Be the hardest worker in the room.
Yeah, be the hardest worker in the room.
What's the next thing that comes to mind right away?
Believe in yourself more than anyone else.
Okay.
The belief in yourself has to be higher than anyone else's belief in you.
You ready for a hard
Do
question?
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, people wait for other people to believe in them.
Yeah.
Like, you got to walk in and believe in yourself, in your ideas, in your taste.
Yes.
in
But what
your
I was going to say
art.
is, how do you believe in yourself?
Well, it's different for everyone.
Okay.
It's a journey, but I think it's
I mean, honestly, me personally, I think if you're the hardest worker in the room, every room, all the time, that's where belief comes from. For me, I just know when I step into a situation, I have the training, the preparation, I've done the work to prepare for this moment. So that's what makes me believe in myself.
See, that's interesting because
For me.
Yeah, because I see belief as like a different thing. Like even if I'm inexperienced, which half the time I am in these rooms, my belief will get me there. My confidence will get me there.
But your confidence in what? In just you, and just
My
who you are.
confidence in just me. Like I know even if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to get it done. It's like you got to be a bull. You got to be like, it's a
Relentless.
mindset.
Yeah.
It's like belief that even if I choreograph something and it sucks, I could probably talk you into why this is the greatest piece in history.
Let's go.
It's just it's a mindset. It's a swag. It's just like, I will not fail.
Yes.
Even if even if I don't know what I'm doing, my belief in myself is so strong. Like I'm going to figure it out, and it might take me a while. I might do something and it sucks, but it's like, I'm going to get there. It's just,
right. I'm going to figure it out.
That's interesting that we think about it so differently, because that's how I view belief. It's a mindset.
Yeah. I'm going to take some of that with me. I'm going to just
you know what I'm saying?
put
Because
that on me.
I do agree with what you're saying. Like there's been times where like I've worked my life. I've put in years of hard work to be in this position, and this is why I'm thriving right now. But there's also been moments where like, damn, I'm in the room, I don't even know what vocabulary they're speaking right now.
Right. yeah.
Literally, I don't
Uh-huh.
even know what that means. But what do you think about da da da? I'm thinking in my head, what does that really mean? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is why you are who you are.
I love it.
This is
that's
it.
what I'm saying. It's just belief. Like, you can't be like, I don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a confidence. It's belief. It's just like, I mean, that took me years, but once I caught onto that mindset,
Yeah.
that if I believe in myself more than anyone else in the room,
Yeah.
then it's like, I'm going to show you
Right.
the future. I'm going to show you what's
Absolutely.
next, because it's
Yeah.
like, by the time everyone believes in you, it's too late. If I had waited for everyone back home to believe in me, I just wouldn't be here today.
Absolutely.
I had to go do it myself. Like, I had to show
Absolutely.
them, and now everyone's like congratulating me. It's too late.
That's the best.
know?
That's the best.
It's too late. Like,
Yeah.
you can't wait for the world to believe in you.
Yeah.
That anyone successful, like, ask them about their come up, ask them about how they got there. It's not because they waited for the whole world to cheer for them.
Another gym.
It's because they were like,
This is what I'm doing.
This is what I'm doing.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yep. It's just deciding sometimes.
So,
it's just deciding. So be
I
the
don't
hardest
know.
worker.
Believe in
Believe in
yourself
yourself more than anybody.
anyone in the world.
And number 3.
Number 3. Damn.
First thing comes to your mind. After hard work, after believing in yourself, what's that third thing that you gotta have?
Obsess over the details.
That's the
I don't know if that's right. But that's what came to my head.
but that's you though. That's what made you who you are. Is obsessing
But
with the
I
detail.
think a lot of the greatest artists in the world, their work is great because of the details. The details, everything about their work, even from music. I think Michael Jackson, like,
Yeah. Everything's got to be right.
Yeah, obsessing over the
Yeah.
details. Like, nothing can fly past you. If you
Yeah.
care about it, don't let it go past you.
That's what I was going to say. Is that what that really is just really caring about what you do. Like,
Yeah.
really caring about what you're putting out in the world, what you're creating.
But just people miss details.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
things that it's like, oh, you
That's
think it
true.
doesn't matter. That's what makes your art great. Is those little things. Because, like, even if you put it side by side, like, if you put, I don't know how I explain it, but, like, let's say I just put something, like, even if I put my first version of my workout compared to the 20th version,
Yes.
you're going to see such a massive difference
Yes.
in the execution.
Right.
Even if I could put that first version up, people will be like, that's amazing.
Right.
They'll love it. But the 20th is going to be
Phenomenal.
legendary.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the difference, is in between me sleeping on it, me watching it over and over again, me being, what can be better, watch it from a different angle,
Yes.
obsessing over the details, and then getting to that 20th version. That's just the difference. And a lot of people settle for their first version.
Yes. A lot of people just want to get it done.
If it's intentional, that's fine. If you're going for organic, first version
Raw,
is fine.
yeah.
But that's what I believe in, is obsessing over every little thing that you care about. If you
Yes.
don't care about it, don't care about it.
Right,
But if you
right.
care about the color of someone's hair,
Yeah.
or the angle of the shot,
Yeah.
or the formation and someone being out of it, if you care about that, then fix those things
Get it
and
right.
obsess over it. Yeah.
Get it right. Love it. This has been amazing. Thank you so much, Paris. This has been an amazing episode of The Steps. And like I always say, the most important step is just to keep going.
That's it.
Boom. Done.
That's it.
That was awesome.